What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Pens and Tea. My name is Carrie, and today, oh, it is a beautiful day outside. Oh my gosh, I got all the windows open. So if you hear some trees rustling in the wind, now you know why. It is simply gorgeous out. And why am I inside filming rather than being outside enjoying it? Well, because I'm filming this on the same day as my last two Pension Chat videos where I went to the eye doctor. And as a part of their exam, they put these eye drops in my eyes that expand my pupils so that they can see all the way to the back of my eye really clearly to make sure that, you know, it's healthy and there's nothing going on. If you didn't watch my Pension Chat video, good news, everything's just fine. But I'm super sensitive to light right now because of that. And I virtually can't see anything up close because then my eyes are just like, whoa. So being outside in a gorgeous sunny day is just too hard for my eyes right now. I should have probably about an hour, maybe two, and they'll go back to being normal. So I might take a pretty long walk after that. But for now, you all are benefiting by me having to be indoors. I talked about this pen a little while ago in a couple of my videos actually. And so people are curious. And they've been asking me to do some videos reflecting on some of my pens. Sort of like what SBRE Brown did, sort of like a how do you like me now type thing. And that is on the Parker Duofold Centennial. This of course is an older finish. This is the ivory model, clearly. And you can get like different finishes now. Some of them are like, oh, like the Chevron series. Magnifique. Those look beautiful. But this one is the one that I have. I actually purchased this off of the UK Amazon site. They had a killer deal a couple years back. So translated into Canadian dollars, I think I paid about $450 or $400, something like that. I think closer to 400. And like free shipping, no duty, no nothing like that, which is a big problem in Canada. Basically anything over 20 Canadian dollars, you're gonna get hit with some sort of duty fee, which is super obnoxious. But that's a whole other rant. So this pen, it's a cartridge converter pen. I've done a full review of, so I won't go into like crazy detail. I'll link it in the iCard if you want to check that out. It's a cartridge converter. It is a proprietary cartridge converter. Most pens are now, that when you buy them like from a brand, but if you purchase from a lot of like up and coming artists or people like Edison Pens who've been around for quite a while, make their own. They're really great because they use international, which means that it can kind of go across different brands, which is super cool. But this one is proprietary. This is the Centennial size, so it's larger. There is an international size as well, which is smaller. Physically looks the same, it's just on the smaller side. I much prefer the Centennial. International is just a little bit too small for me. So it fits quite nicely in my hand unposted. It doesn't post super duper well, in the sense that it really only posts just below the gold line here. But it does cling on, sorry, kind of well-ish. Like it's not gonna fall off. If you really whip it, it will. But for the most part, it's fine. It just makes it really back heavy. But I don't post any of my pens, so I'm really sensitive to that. This one is just all ivory with gold trim. Like I said, this one, if you want specifically, you will have to purchase this secondhand because they don't make them anymore. The nib is I cannot see up close. Oh my gosh. 18 karat gold. It's a medium nib. That's pretty standard for the most Parker pens, especially if you're buying them from a gray market store. This is a medium. The cool thing about Parker is that if you do buy one of their pens that has a nib on it that you don't want, you can send it to them, and they do a free nib change. So if you could only get your hands on a medium pen, but you wanted a fine pen instead, or a fine nib, you could send it back. Or if you got a medium but you want a double broad, same thing. I don't know if they'll do it if you buy it secondhand. So like if you were to buy this pen off of me, for example, it's not for sale, then I don't know if you could send it to them, but I know if you purchase it from like a retailer or something like that. I purchased one, not this pen, it was the Parker Premier, the deluxe brown one. I purchased that one off of Amazon, and I was able to send that away. And I got a fine nib put on that, no problem, no fee, no nothing. And I actually got it back pretty darn quick. So that is a benefit that Parker has that no other company that I know of will do. And they do it really quickly, no problems. You just fill out a form off of their website, send it away, and boom, within like a month I had it back and it went all the way to France. So that's really cool. I commend Parker for that. I hope they continue to do it. Because it's an amazing service that I don't think gets enough credit. But all of that preamble, how do you like me now? I still love this pen. I love the way that it feels in my hand. This is gonna sound so strange, but I love the auditory sounds of this pen. It's such a random thing, but it's just so pleasing to me. Yeah, just so pleasing. I've never had any issues with the nib as far as hard starts, skipping, anything like that. It always writes consistently. It writes pretty wet as well. This is a medium nib, but, and I'll show you in the writing sample in just a quick second, it writes more like a broad. So just keep that in mind if you do want to purchase it. It does write more like a broad. The fine nib that I had on my Parker Premier, Deluxe Premier, something like that, I can't quite remember the name. I'll also try and put that in the iCard, that I had a fine nib put on it. That one wrote like a true fine, but this medium does write more like a broad, which the journal that I'm using right now, which is the Leuchtturm journal, has thinner lines. It's a bit of a problem with this pen, but I'm actually transitioning right now into a Mont Blanc notebook that I will be doing a review of, have no fear. They're significantly wider lines, and I love this pen for that notebook because the lines are so wide, but this writes really broad. I love it because typically I write with fine nibs or like medium fine nibs, but big, juicy, beefy ones like this fill up the broad lines in that Mont Blanc notebook really well, and I really appreciate that. So I love it still. I don't ever really think I'll sell it off. I have sold all of my other Parkers except for this, but this is going nowhere. So let me flip the camera around and show you how it writes. Okay, so once again, this is the Parker Duofold Centennial 18 karat medium nib. Ink for today is Diatramentis Tobacco. Really cool ink. It goes on like super dark brown, kind of a yucky brown actually, but it dries really nice. It dries kind of a lighter brown with like some pretty good shading. Wow, my camera is not focusing, but I really like it. So this nib here is pretty darn wet, which I absolutely love. Again, no issues as far as like hard starts, skipping. Like you can scribble to your heart's content and it's not gonna do anything. There's virtually no like give to it. Like if you put down pressure, you can get some, but like it's a pretty stiff nib. It's definitely not meant to do anything like that. As far as the line goes, it says it's medium, but I would say it's closer to a broad, to be honest. For reverse, you definitely can. You'll definitely get a thinner line. It's very dry. It's actually still pretty smooth. Like, it's not scratchy or anything like that. So you definitely can if you want to. Oh gosh, I love this nib. This is a very well-tuned nib. I have done absolutely nothing to it in the several years that I've owned it. And I love it so much. It writes under its own weight. Like, it skipped a little there, but again, I'm like holding it like this, just letting it do it under its own weight. So it is very well-tuned. It's very smooth. Teeny little bit of feedback, but for the most part, nothing. This is like just a dream. I absolutely love it. I would recommend it to anyone and everyone. And yeah, so how do you like me now? I still love you, baby. I still love ya. But guys, that's about it for me today. Thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see new videos every Monday and Friday, and a Q&A type style stuff on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Guys, as always, I love you, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.